Look around you. Left, right, up and down. The world's an uncertain place, one of crime and fear, danger at its core. Of course, we all still have our little joys, guilty pleasures that keep us going. Whether it's a job, or a sport, or even a game, we've all got those little joys. Until we don't, that is. Your boss will one day come crashing down on you, or your favorite team might finally drop the ball. But for gamers, it's different. We all have at least one game we refuse to talk about, the kind that keeps us up at night questioning where we went wrong. Which cruel god allowed us to waste our time and our money? And after it's finished, did that god feel satisfied with what they did? The things I've had to endure may never stop haunting me, sitting like the devil himself in the back of my mind, prodding me with lucid dreams of my own perpetual torment. And with boiling blood I keep it all in, afraid that if I let it all out I might affect others with my cynicism. Yeah, we've all got that game. The kind that makes us feel like our whole genetic code was rewritten, and that we can't go back to who we used to be. But I'm not here to talk about Maurice Hedgehog. So let's talk about LA Noire. Team Bondi, the Australian development team behind it all. They were founded in 2004 and were originally contracted by Sony, until they were handed over to Rockstar Games, a company that needs no introduction. In 2005 they announced their first title, LA Noire, an open-world mystery thriller. And then they went silent until 2011, where the game had turned out to be an absolute commercial success, 9s and 10s across the board. However, the glory was short-lived, the team was shut down, and the company liquidated, before the year was even over. Allegations were made stating that Bondi managerial forced their employees to work 60 to 100-hour work weeks in cramped conditions, low wages, no bonuses, no overtime, and eventually even pay cuts. Anyone who clocked out on their actual schedule was given the look of disappointment, and anyone who complained about it was encouraged to find another job. In the end, Bondi failed to mention over 100 plus uncredited or miscredited employees. So much so that an official website was launched in their honor, giving them the credit they deserve. A website whose domain is no longer active. A series of tweets and emails were later leaked by the Bondi 11, a team of anonymous employees within the studio, confirming that Bondi had pretty much ruined their relationship with Rockstar. Despite being contracted for a 3-game franchise, Rockstar had backed out. Bondi had no publisher, and they owed their employees over a combined $1 billion in unpaid wages. They were finished. After the liquidation, Bondi became KMS Entertainment, a company whose only game was cancelled and whose lifespan lasted shorter than ever with such horrible credibility. LA Noire was their first and last game. So rather than missions or levels, LA Noire is a collection of stories, different cases all based on real crimes or novels that took place within the same time period, 1947. We play as former Marine and war hero Cole Phelps. Working our way through the ranks of the LAPD, with each promotion, Cole gets placed within a new crime division. There's a regular patrol where he starts.
Uh-oh, an open window.
Then he moves up to traffic.
My leg!
Homicide.
Put him in the trunk, boy! I'll keep them cops busy.
Advice. And finally, arson.
Why?
Each unit handles different types of crimes and is more dangerous than the last. Think of it like a TV show, with every case being an episode and every unit being a season. And the reason I say this is because LA Noire is a heavily scripted game. So much so that even if you fail a case and arrest the wrong guy, the story will move on. You just won't be as popular as you would be otherwise. With each case taking about 1 to 2 hours to complete and the last case of each division bringing its plot together as a whole, this definitely felt more like an interactive TV show than an actual video game. All of which is accompanied by one of the best soundtracks I think I've ever heard. The award-winning music complements the gameplay so much that I was actually upset whenever it wasn't playing. I mean, just listen to this. However, without spoiling it, the ending is kind of lackluster. It's an abrupt... Okay folks, that's it, roll credits. And I feel like they did that in order to set up for a sequel, but considering the fact that the company no longer exists, who knows? So every case will typically begin the same way. You're given a quick briefing and sent on your way to the scene of the crime. So you drive there.
Take the next left.
Okay.
No.
He said the
Take
next
this
left.
right.
Take this right? Okay.
No.
You got it, sir.
Go right just now.
Right now? Okay. This is a brick wall. Slow down! What do you mean slow down?
LA Noire throws you into a gameplay loop that always begins with driving. And boy, let me tell you, it's an absolute fucking nightmare. Driving on its own is fine. Phelps and his partner will talk about the things they read in the newspaper, prior missions, or their thoughts on the current case. And that helps the world building and character development really come together. Like, you truly know you're in the 40s when they're referring to movies as talkies in color, and one of them says,
"What's a dimension?"
But then you have these missions that require you to chase down a suspect and destroy their car with yours, and despite having my driver's license, most of the time I ended up like this.
Where are you going?
Fuck! Taking a shortcut, boys. No, we're not. You saw the car zoom by?
That's it.
No, I got this! I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this.
There was also that one time.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh my god, no, no, stop the car!
What the fuck?
Oops.
One of my gripes is that despite this, there's no major reaction or consequence for crashing into things, or even people.
Oh fuck, I hit the cops, run!
Can we try to get there?
Oh god, they're coming, Lizzie!
Wait, you are the cop.
I am, oh yeah, you're right, turn off the siren.
If the characters are having a conversation and you interrupt them, they'll mainly say something generic like, watch where you're going, but typically continue where they left off.
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the cast.
God damn.
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and
Now let's say you absolutely total your car. In a lot of games it would explode, right? But here it just ceases to function. And 99% of the time the car will be repaired and waiting for you after a cutscene has ended.
How many more friends of yours?
But if you total your car, by that point you can normally just...
LAPD, police emergency.
Officer, my bag's in there!
Fuck you and your bag. Goodbye, partner. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry.
You could have just walked there.
Alright, we're here.
Instead of punishing you for stealing and crashing someone else's car, you actually just unlock that car to use for later. Which is odd, but helpful considering half the time I wound up like this.
Holy shit!
It was really 50-50 on whether or not we'd live. There's also the cinematic mode, which I didn't discover until more than halfway through the game. Which is... well, how would you describe this? However, if you do wind up hurting someone or destroying too much public property, it'll reflect poorly on your rating at the end of each mission.
Look how much vehicle damage you did.
Oh shit, they keep track of that?
Yes, I literally told you this.
Oh fuck. Now keep in mind, you can go through all that, or literally just have the computer drive perfectly for you.
Oh my god, no! No! Stop the car!
So let's say you reach the crime scene in one piece. Now you begin looking around. In the beginning there's minor hand holding, but it's nothing too annoying.
Damn, how did you figure that
Assassin's Creed.
out? How did you figure that out so quick?
Because the game literally just told me at the top of the screen.
Oh.
Each case will have you canvassing different locales throughout the story, from parks to alleyways and apartments, finding clues and leads as evidence from when you have your suspects.
This could
Oh my god. There is a bit of a helping hand during this. While you're investigating, a certain chime will play, and the controller will rumble if you get close to something interactable.
Not sure this means much.
Yes, even if it's unrelated. The Bible. These people can't be bad if they have a Bible. Which means if you don't feel like it, you can literally just walk into the wall and mash X until you find something.
Circle and put it down and move over and press X and pick it up and press X and look at it and wait.
No sign of a wedding ring.
And prep circle and put it down and back out and now we're done. No, with the boots. Pick up the boot. The one on the left. Look at it. It's an 8. What a pussy. Got small feet.
Size
what
8.
about the other boot? Pick it up.
Certain items will have already been discovered by the police upon your arrival, but finding stuff like the murder weapon itself will always take a bit more effort on the player's part. I felt something. There it is. The G-spot. Right there.
Knife covered in blood.
Now the downside in all this, STEs. I'm sure by this point we all know what QuickTime events are. What are you gonna do? Ooh, Lizzie with the reflexes!
But these are what I call slow time events.
Occurrences that drastically slow down the game's overall pacing. For example, in one case you need to find an address, but you only have the coordinates. So you have to manually scroll on this machine, find the lot number, then you have to go over to a calculator and divide that number.
1876988.
Then once you have that number, you have to add 1.
21.
And then you have to go and find which letter matches your number in the actual alphabet.
You do this every day?
Then, like, dude, put it in the cutscene and just tell me. I don't want to do all that. Like, I understand why it's there. You're a detective. You have to detect things. But come on.
Are you having fun now?
I'm big brain man. Yeah, first try. Once you're done with that, you can finally move on to the best part of the game. So every cutscene and bit of movement was performed using motion capture, meaning that you're actually watching actors perform. Now by 2011, mocap wasn't anything new. In fact, the first game to use mocap was Virtua Fighter 2. But what makes LA Noire special is its use of motion scan. The difference being that mocap isn't able to register all the details of the human face on such an accurate level. This is what makes LA Noire even possible. Now most people don't know this, but when you lie, your body gives off an involuntary reaction that gives away the fact that you're lying. It could be something as simple as not making eye contact, twitching, scratching your hands, little things like that. And LA Noire's main premise is learning how to decipher those lies.
What exactly did you see them take?
They was working on the tires. That's all that was took.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
When taking a statement or conducting an interrogation, we're given 3 options to choose from. What used to be known as truth, lie, and the infamous X to doubt meme have now been updated to good cop, bad cop, and accuse. And I'm sorry, but square to bad cop just isn't as fun to say. Selecting good cop means that you'd think the witness is being truthful about what they're saying,
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
while bad cop is the complete opposite.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes!
Now let me tell you, nothing is more satisfying than getting all of these correct.
Thanks for your help, Lynch.
Woo! 4 to 4.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
You lying son of a bitch! One bonus is that these segments aren't rushed, so you can actually take your time thinking about your evidence and which option you should choose.
Can we get on with this, please?
Can you shut the fuck up? I'm talking here.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Fucking bitch.
God, no wonder your husband left you.
The further you get, the harder it becomes to tell who's lying. Or the evidence will be stacked up against more than one person, and the game actually makes you decide who's guilty. It's an incredible back and forth system that I've never seen in any other game. The only downside, failing doesn't stop you.
You're full of shit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket wrench.
No.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the years you had to take it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on, try to deny it.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't.
You can't prove I wasn't home. Looks like I made a mistake.
You could totally bomb all of the interviews and act like the world's biggest asshole, and the game won't punish you for it. Sure, the case may drag on a bit, but ultimately there's no consequence for it. Because like I said earlier, it plays out like a TV show. There are also these things called intuition points, which allow all clues to be revealed while you're exploring, or help to eliminate incorrect choices during interrogations. I didn't use them very often, so I almost forgot to even include them in the script. There is also an Ask the Community option, which allows you to see what answers other people have chosen, but unfortunately when playing the game, I didn't have internet, so I never got that option. Now it's not all slow. Remember, before you can interrogate the criminals, you gotta catch them first. The criminal engagements is where things actually get diverse in terms of gameplay. Suspects will either try to fight you, they'll try to run away from you on foot,
Why would you do that?
I shot him in the leg. I was like, I want him to stop running. Or they'll try and drive away from you.
No, no, don't you run that red light. Don't you run that red light.
Or they'll simply try to kill you.
Oh my god.
And thankfully, if you're having too much trouble, you can always skip the action sequences.
Does he look like a bitch?
Now you may be saying, but Foss, that's all I want to do is fight and shoot people. Well, that's where the side missions come into play. They take out the need to look around, question suspects, gather evidence, etc. Each side mission is a dispatch call that you can respond to over the radio. They're quick one-off events where Cole and his partner normally witness the crime and go after the criminal right away. And I was actually impressed with the amount of diversity between each call. One mission will have you stopping a bank robbery, while another will have you responding to a suicide attempt. And aside from that, there's not many side activities to keep you entertained for long. But like everything else in life, there's always going to be room for improvement. So there are a few things that bother me on a major level. The first being the fact that there's no option to restart from your last checkpoint. Let it be known that I was playing the HD Remastered Edition on PS4, which is on one disc, while the original game for the Xbox 360 was on 3 discs. Rockstar, you had 3 discs and 6 years to fix one issue. Like dude, it's not like the game doesn't have checkpoints, but if you want to use them, you have to either quit the game and go all the way back to the main menu to reload your save file, or go play in traffic.
What are you doing?
Trying to have a car hit me so I can just do the checkpoint again. Now after you're done playing in traffic, you have to sit through unskippable cutscenes. So fun fact, I learned that after I was about 70% done with the story, that you can actually skip certain cutscenes by holding the X button for about 10 seconds. But the game doesn't tell you that, so... There is nothing more frustrating than repetition when playing a video game. Having to watch the same scene over.
Please, you've got to call for help.
And over.
Please, you've got to call for help.
And over.
Please, you've got to call for help.
It's ungodly annoying when you fail a mission, you have to start over like you know. And then when you finally catch the guy, you just want to... Another thing for me was aiming. Shooting the guns looked like this half the time. It's slow and a bit awkward, and you can adjust it, but no matter how much I messed around with it, aiming never felt right. At least you don't have to worry about your partners, like, ever.
Find some cover!
Lay down some fire.
The fighting for the most part felt stiff as well. You can't move much, and you never really have to worry about the other guy hitting you back. I was able to button mash my way through a majority of the fistfight segments, and you already know how I feel about the car chase segments. Especially considering that the heavy scripting doesn't allow you to actually stop criminals ahead of time. You have to follow them until their car is scripted to stop, which is annoying considering when I clearly hit a dude and he magically powers through me just cuz. I also feel like Bondi missed an opportunity to bring the world more to life in terms of activities. Like, yeah, side missions are cool and all, but why can't I go shopping for a new suit? Why can't I hit up a 40s bowling alley or a bar with my fellow detectives? Or better yet, had they obtained the rights to which, go see a 40s movie. You can't tell me Rockstar doesn't have the budget for these types of things. And lastly, I want to talk about Phelps himself. Throughout the story, we learn little to almost nothing about him, aside from occasional flashbacks to his time in the Marines.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but... Excuse me? Fuck you!
And occasionally he or others will drop a fun fact about their personal lives.
She's the mother of my children.
I'm a dad?
But it doesn't happen nearly enough. Sometimes I was more interested in the AI than I was in the actual main characters. The enemies of LA Noire are nothing special. They're generic guys with guns that don't do anything more than hide behind cover and shoot. But that's not what I want to talk about. I'd rather focus on the NPCs of the game. The computer civilians that simply walk and drive around. Yo, I fucking love them. Ooh, got a problem, punk? Huh? Oh my god, I didn't do it! In terms of programming, they're a little rough around the edges. For example, some of the ones that drive literally stop their car in front of you as if they want you to hit them.
Sorry, my partner isn't the greatest driver in the world.
Others just kind of crash their cars for seemingly no reason.
In pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
And at certain times, the AI will just freak out and start running away.
You're gonna leave without Rusty?
Where are y'all going? Where are they going?
Where's she going? She just...
What's over here, fellas?
But out of everything, I think the timing of their dialogue is what needed the most work. I'm not talking about minor timing like...
Help me!
I'm talking about...
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road. Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's alright, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it.
So bottom line, the NPCs are a bit unpolished, but in a funny kind of way.
If olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from?
So LA Noire is one of Rockstar's best received titles, and the fact that they still own the copyright for the franchise means that we can still hope for a sequel. It's unfortunate what happened at Team Bondi, but at the end of the day you can't deny that they made an incredible game. Unlike anything else from its time, with revolutionary graphics and an award-winning soundtrack to boot. Like seriously, the OST is 28 tracks long and they all captivate not only the genre, but the time period perfectly. It's hands down one of my favorite things about the game. And if you disagree, then I swear I'm going to find you, and I'm going to... If you're new to the channel, we rate games on a scale of 1 to 10, with every major complaint bringing the score down by 1, the closer to 10 the better the game. So for me, LA Noire was a solid 8 out of 10. With an excellent plot and incredible music, this game is definitely one that you should pick up. And for my returning viewers, let me know how you like the new format. I want to continue to evolve my structure into something that I can be proud of, and something you can enjoy watching. So let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed what you saw here, then share it with a friend, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon using the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay hydrated, I love you.
Baby, you know I'm guilty, so lock me up and throw away the key. I don't need no bail if you're the jail. Just give me life and grant me no reprieve.